All right. Well, last Sunday, after a beautiful service here in the sanctuary and a wonderful steering committee meeting, I went for a walk with our intrepid treasurer, Jamie Phillips, along the walking path that surrounds Genesis Hospital. And it was a beautiful afternoon, and I was feeling so happy and peaceful and unhurried after the busy morning. So unhurried, in fact, that at some point I must have dawdled, because Jamie was walking several feet ahead of me when a very large dragonfly, I'm talking big dragonfly, maybe 3 inches, its wingspan or so, flew toward me. And actually it flew to me. And when it got really, really close, I said, well, hello there. And all of a sudden it flew up and it landed on my lips. And it stayed there. And the first thing I wanted to do was say, hey, Jamie, I have a big dragonfly on my lips, but I couldn't because I had a big dragonfly on my lips. And so I tried to blow it gently off through almost closed lips. And I got to tell you that those thin, fragile looking legs are really, really strong. It's probably why dragonflies don't blow off of the leaves and flowers when the wind blows. And so I blew just a little harder, and a little harder after that. And through my closed lips, it must have sounded like I was spitting. Because just as the dragonfly flew away, and who could blame it, Jamie turned around and she said, what are you doing? First, I hear you say, hello there to something, and then I hear you spitting something out. And as I explained about the dragonfly, she said, well, it's probably someone you know on the other side that just wanted to say hello. And I thought about that, and I thought to myself, I wish I hadn't blown he or she away so quickly. And through the rest of the walk, I thought a lot about that dragonfly. And I was pretty sure that I could still feel the residual energy of its grasp on my lips, even though it was gone. And I love dragonflies. I've always loved them. Ever since I was a little girl, they have seemed magical to me. And in retrospect, it was easy for me to see that something extraordinary had just happened. And I wished I would have allowed myself to have a longer experience of that magical moment before I blew it away. So why am I telling you this story? Well, first of all, because I can, because at the moment I don't have a dragonfly on my lips. But mostly it's because it got me wondering how often we blow off the extraordinary without a full awareness of what it is. How often we miss an opportunity to feel without a doubt that the universe knows right where we are and is saying hello to us, behind and within and as all the forms and expressions of our life. Now, some people call that kind of unexpected personal experience a God wink, a sign of the divine, playfully saying, I'm right here. And, you know, for about a week before my encounter with that dragonfly, I had, as part of my spiritual practice, every single morning, I had been asking for such a wink, for something extraordinary to happen in my day, something beyond the usual beauty that I see. I wanted it to be a personal sign from the universe to me. But asking is just part of it. If we want to experience something extraordinary in all of its magical ways, we need to be ready for that experience by keeping our mind open in expectation of it. So that as the love of the universe answers us and gives us a sign saying, I'm right here, that we'll be right there too, to receive it. In other words, we need to be miracle-minded every moment. Not just when we need a divine intervention in a crisis, but ready for a miracle anytime so that we will recognize what it is when we see it. So the first question this morning is this: are we ready for a miracle? Or might we blow it off without recognizing it in the moment that it appears to us? Einstein said there are two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. But there seems to be a third way that we often live our life, as though occasionally something might be a miracle, or waiting for that once in a lifetime miracle to occur. The rest of the time, even though our life may be good, much of it seems as if it's not in the miracle league. But as the lyrics of last month's song said, everything is a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that there's anything here at all. The universe doesn't hit us over the head with miracles because miracles are natural to us. It gives them gently to us. It kisses us gently with them every moment, sometimes right on the lips. Which brings us along our spiritual journey through the alphabet this morning to the letter V. And today, V is for valid, and as mentioned, the title of this morning's talk is All Beliefs Are Valid. Now, I've heard that statement before. Maybe you have too. But I really wasn't sure what was meant by that. And so I decided to make it today's topic so that I could explore it and then share my exploration with all of you. And so I began by asking someone who often makes that statement what it meant. And she said, well, all beliefs are valid because someone is believing it. But some beliefs are more powerful than others. And then she gave the example. She said, if a person believes that the moon is made of blue cheese, it's not a powerful belief that many others would believe is true. And so I thought about that. And I wondered, well, what if just one other person believed that that was true? And that one person happened to be lactose intolerant, so that every time they looked at the moon, they got sick. Then I wondered about other beliefs that don't seem all that powerful, like the flat earth theory. And I wondered just how many people believe that the earth is flat. And so I researched it. Well, actually, I Googled it, but research sounds more scholarly. But as it turns out, only 66% of millennials believe that the earth is round. And the belief that the earth is flat is growing. And not just among millennials, but all over the world with people of all ages. And they've had recent conferences with hundreds and hundreds of people in attendance that took place here in the US and in Brazil and Britain and Italy with topics like space is fake and testing the moon, a globe lie perspective. Now you may be thinking, well, that's just plain nutty because science has proven that the earth is round. But if we were to judge according to appearances, even if we look through strong binoculars, the earth still doesn't appear to be round. Science Mind tells us all we know about any science is that certain things happen under certain conditions. Now there's a science of mind, a science of deliberate creation that suggests that certain things happen under certain mental conditions. Positive thoughts through their vibration cause certain things to happen, and negative thoughts through their vibration cause certain things to happen. What happens in our life is due to the condition of our mind. And what happens, positive or negative, often becomes so familiar to us and so expected by us that we can't see any other way for life to be. When we focus on a thought over and over again, it becomes a belief. And because it's done to us and for us as we believe, the conditions and situations and events of our life are pretty much as we expect them to be, based on what we believe is true about ourselves and life. What we believe about ourselves and life has validity because it is confirmed by past experience and affirmed by repetitive thought. I mean, it's easy for us to continue focusing on what's right in front of us, even if we don't like what we're looking at. And then to sigh in hopelessness because it seems that things always happen that way, time and time again. It doesn't take focusing in opposition to what we want before, it doesn't take long if we stay there, for the law of attraction to begin to increasingly give us more of what we're focused on, which would be on what we don't want, and so it increases. If we don't choose to change our focus to something positive because we don't believe it will help, that's a choice. A valid one, because we're the one choosing it, but not one that's helpful or powerful. If we decide not to choose positivity because we've decided that life just does not work for us anyway, We've decided to live by default. That's a decision. And along with that, to make what happens in our life the fault of everyone else. So the next question this morning is this: are we going to let the world whip us around by the tail without even testing out our ability to focus on positive thoughts and create a positive mental environment that allows positive things to happen in our life? Are we going to argue for our limitations and the limitations of others and the world by believing it's just our fate, that things go the way they go, or that someone else is in control of us? Are we going to just keep venting our frustration with what is without a willingness to focus on a thought that feels better and gives us even a little relief from our frustrations? It's easier for us to expect things to be as they've always been than to change our mind and change the things that aren't the way we want them to be. It's easier for us to continue life the way it is than to change what we believe, because we are all so attached to our convictions and certainties. Michelangelo said the greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that our aim is too low and we reach it. The word valid is defined as effective, having force, producing the desired result, and authoritative. All beliefs are valid because they're effective in creating the vibrational conditions that perpetuate our life experiences. All beliefs are valid because they vibrate with the force of divine creative energy. All beliefs are valid because they produce a result, but not always the one we desire. What we believe provides the condition for certain things to happen, and it's done to us as we believe. We may wish for change, but if we keep thinking the same thing over and over again, the same things are going to happen over and over again. That's science. We're powerful, creative beings. We call to us what we believe because we believe it to be true. And because we do, the law of attraction that governs the universe by responding to an infinite array of vibrations responds to our vibrational convictions unconditionally. It doesn't question why we believe what we believe, because we are free to believe whatever we want to believe. It never hesitates. It never says, whoa, are you sure about that? We get what we believe. It feels our conviction because our thoughts carry with them an authoritative energy that vibrates with our certainty. That's why making positive affirmations we don't believe don't bring positive experiences our way. I mean, it doesn't hurt to say them, but it doesn't help until we believe them. We can't fake it till we make it, where the law of attraction is concerned, because words don't matter when it comes to our creative power. Our creative power lies in what we believe is true beneath our words. I mean, if we don't believe it, the universe is not going to respond to it. The spiritual teacher Joel Goldsmith said, "You must connect with the divinity within you, and this infinite power will project itself into every field of your life." To believe that the earth is flat is no crazier than to believe that we could be living, thinking beings with powerful feelings and emotions, but that what we think and how we feel as we live has no effect on our experiences in life. That's just nutty. Every moment we're creating an immediate relationship with whatever we're focusing on, whether it's a dragon or a dragonfly. When we choose to live our life as though everything is a miracle, including us, our whole life will be elevated into the miracle league. And we'll be ready for a miracle every moment. We'll realize that the greatest magic trick is that we're here and we're free to experience it all. Then, whether we want a healthy body, a loving relationship, a dream job, a flow of abundant good in our life, whatever it is we want, we'll know that through the conviction of our belief that this earth life is an extraordinary gift in which we're given everything we believe that we can have, we'll be creating a positive environment in our mind for what we focus on within us to take form and expression in this world right before our eyes. Namaste. Okay. Well, this is the time of our service when we get to say thank you. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here via live stream. Thank you later on this week if you're tuning in and watching the video. Thank you for your love, your support. Thank you for being here, truly dedicated to all that we do together all this time. Because as things change, who we are together becomes more and more expanded and touches more and more people. So we want to say thank you for your financial support consistently, because it is the consistency of that allows us to consistently do what we do. And if you don't know how to do that and you're watching, well, you can go to our Facebook page, which you probably are on if you're watching, and there's a donate button. And you can donate right there. Or you can go to our website. It's a lovely website, a lot of interesting things there. And while you're there, maybe watching the video or reading the synopsis, you can hit the contribute button and give your financial support there. If you're a member of PayPal, that's a way to go. And if you'd like to mail us a check because you can't be here, then we're at 2512 South Dye Road, Flint, Michigan 48532. And thank you.